Hello everyone, welcome to Talk is Nacho. Today we're going to be talking about Colin Delaney, one of the greatest jobbers of all time. But before we start, shout out to WrestleWave, check him out if you haven't already. On Cage Match they gave him a 5.16, not too bad. His wrestling career started in 2003. In the Indies his name was Colin Olsen and he had a tag team partner named Jimmy Olsen. They were called the Olsen Twins. He wrestled in places like CZW and Shikara. He was wrestling in the Indies until 2007. December 18th, 2007, he makes his ECW debut. He goes up against Shelton Benjamin. Taz has a mic in his hand and he asks what's his name.
Colin Delaney?
Some guy says that he's from Walmart.
Where you from?
He asking Colin if he's scared or not. Then Shelton beats him in 1 minute. Fun fact, Colin Delaney walked out of his 9-to-5 job to come wrestle this match. Brody Lee helped him get this match. What a good friend he was, RIP Brody Lee. 2 weeks later after his loss, he makes a return. Him and Taz are just yapping, talking about the new year and stuff. Then Taz tells him that he's facing Big Daddy V tonight. He just starts throwing him around and stuff, and he beats him in like 3 minutes. Taz is cutting a promo again with Colin Delaney. Colin looking all sad, all bandaged up and stuff. He tells the crowd that it's Colin's dream to be a WWE superstar. Taz tells him that he doesn't have to face an ECW superstar tonight, but then he tells him he has to face Mark Henry tonight instead. Mark Henry over here throwing him up in the sky. He hits the world's strongest slam and beats him in like 2 minutes. He cannot catch a break. It's Colin Delaney's 4th match. Taz tells him that he's gonna face a former WWE champion tonight. Then Kane comes out. Kane hits like 3 moves on him and then he gets the win in like 2 minutes. Okay, now it's his 5th match. Taz tells him he's gonna face the Great Khali tonight. What a surprise, the Great Khali wins. His next match he's booked in a handicap match. He goes up against John Morrison and The Miz. They were just throwing him around and doing double team moves on him. After they get the win on Colin Delaney, they start beating him up after the match. Eventually, Tommy Dreamer comes in and saves the day. Tommy Dreamer and Colin Delaney start being friends after that. They would just start feuding with John Morrison and The Miz, but they don't really win anything though. Tommy Dreamer and Colin Delaney are in the backstage area. Tommy Dreamer tells Colin that even he could be a champion. Later that night, they have a tag team match against Miz and John Morrison. Colin Delaney finally gets his first win. He wasn't the one that pinned him, but good job, Colin Delaney. They challenged for the tag team titles, but they lost 2 times in a row. After that feud ends, he gets in a storyline with the ECW general manager, Armando Estrada. Colin Delaney is trying to earn a WWE contract, but in order to do that, he has to win a singles match. Colin would just end up losing more matches. Eventually, he ends up facing Armando Estrada himself. He wins the match with a sunset flip and finally gets the WWE contract. His first match after being signed, he lost to Mike Knox. Damn, that sucks. Okay, so fast forward to Great American Bash 2008. It's Tommy Dreamer with Colin Delaney as his manager versus Mark Henry with Tony Atlas as his manager. During the match, Colin Delaney turns on Tommy Dreamer and then Mark Henry wins the match. Colin Delaney starts hanging out with Mark Henry, but that only lasts like 2 weeks though. Tommy Dreamer and Colin Delaney start having like a mini feud. Tommy Dreamer and Colin Delaney end up having a Extreme Rules match. Tommy Dreamer wins the match, and this is Colin Delaney's last ever ECW match. Apparently, he got fired because of budget cuts or something like that. After his time with ECW, he starts changing his look. I kinda like this other gear better than this one. WWE called back Colin Delaney after like 10 years. He loses in a tag match against Eric Rowan and Luke Harper. Colin Delaney goes to 205 Live. He lost in a match against Hideo Itami. And then he has another match on 205 Live. But this time he had a match with Leo Rush and he lost that too. That was the last ever match with WWE. A few years later, he went to AEW. He debuted on AEW Dark. I didn't watch any of this. But that's pretty cool to see him in AEW though. Imagine if he went to TNA or something like that. When I was a kid watching Colin Delaney, I actually kind of liked him, to be honest. But at the same time, I kind of forgot he even existed. Like his heel turn, I didn't even know he even turned heel. That's crazy. What do you think of Colin Delaney? Did you like his ECW run or did you hate it? But anyways, thanks for watching Talk is Nacho. Main event out.